What's going on, guys? Andy and Randy here for G4 Outdoors, and today is our range day with the Glock 44. We're finally going to put it through its paces and see how she runs and give a first initial actual review on this pistol. If you guys haven't seen the videos, this is the new Glock 44, basically mimicking a Glock 19. Comes with two 10-round 22 LR magazines, and that's about it. The only thing I have concerns with on this pistol is the polymer slide. There is metal in the correct places where you're going to want metal, but still, I don't think this gun's going to have enough explosive force being 22 long rifle to really damage this, but it is one thing I am concerned about.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats, from review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like, so hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors, doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
Today we're going to be shooting some bulk ammo. This is Browning 40 grain coming out at 12.55. So it is a little hotter of a round, which is definitely going to make this slide charge, I hope. Any videos I saw on it, people running light ammo, light powder, having a little bit more issues. The little heavier rounds on 22 seem to be running a little bit better, so that's what I have bulk ammo on this, and that's what we're going to be running today. So enough talking, let's get into shooting this gun and seeing what we think about it. First thing, let's talk about the magazines. These are 22 long rifle magazines. You do have the slide lever on the side of it to make it for easier loading. I noticed in most 22s have that. Why they don't make that in other 9mm platforms, it'd be nice to have a little assistant on some of them, but it does come with that, and like I said, 10 rounds a piece. So let's do it. All right, guys, first magazine through the Glock 44. Round chambered. All 10 rounds fired flawlessly, even chambering the first round, and the slide did lock back to the rear. Something I was thinking may not happen with some ammo, but since I brought a little hotter of a round in 22, I was figuring it shouldn't have a problem focusing on any of it. But let's go see. I'll show you where I was aiming, and let's kind of see what was going on down here. Looks like I might have pulled a couple, but going pretty true to where I was aiming. What is this, about 7 yards or so?
7 yards on this one.
So about 7 yards. Point of impact is about where I was aiming. So for 22, as unreliable of an ammo as it is, and how dirty of an ammo that it is, I think she's shooting pretty good. But that's only the first rounds.
Yeah, and understanding this is the first trigger pulls on this, we do have a nice group here, and I can imagine these two were here. We're probably pulled, like I'm saying, first 10 rounds out of it. Expected. Let's run some more rounds, and let's actually run some rounds through this. All right, guys, second magazine chambered. I'm just going to do a mag dump. Not a single problem, and the slide did lock back to the rear. Let's run some more ammo through it. Okay, so this will be my first shots with it. Again, go back and check out my review on this gun, because I'm really surprised at the ergonomics and the feel. Even though I don't like Glocks, this is still a Glock, and I'm just not a fan of the ergonomics. But leave all that aside, let's go ahead and see my first initial thoughts on it. It's just silly because it's so much like a Glock. Closes up just fine. Feels good, other than being a Glock. So point of aim is just like a Glock. Everything on this is really just like a Glock. Trigger pull, a little bit of mush, you feel the wall. It's got a loud bang to it. I don't know if that's because of the barrel length. It's just a tad noisier than a lot. Oh, we're running 1280 on footage, aren't we? Okay, they're hot loads. That explains all that. Let me test out the recoil. rose up about that much. Recoil is completely manageable. Double taps, I know I'm right on where I wanted to be. Smiles, I enjoy smiles when I'm shooting guns. Feels good, guys, it feels real good. I might consider getting a Glock 19 by the time I'm done shooting this. Whoa! Dude, it runs and it feels good. It feels really good. We're out. The controllability, we'll call that a word. The controllability is amazing. This is one reason why I really enjoy shooting 22s. They're effortless to shoot, they're fun, and just looking at the target down here, we're running good groups for not trying to run precision. We're just running bullets down there. I am going to run one shot into the head. So precision aiming on the head, we'll see what happens. I took that mag out because what I'm seeing down here I'm not super impressed with at all. Let's head down and look. Okay, so these are my 5 shots. I was aiming here. I'm not going to call myself Michelek or anything, but I'm a decent shot, guys. These were my precision shots. Took my time, took consideration of trigger squeeze, sight alignment right here on the X. They're all running off to the left. 1.5 to 3 inches off to the left. Got a good spread, a 4-inch spread, no flinching that I was aware of. But here's our fun target. This is just pointing down here, pow, 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 and we're doing really good. You can still shoot bottle cans with this, pop cans. It's still going to be a fun plinking gun. This is only 7 yards. Like I say, we're just right here at 7 yards. I'm afraid to go down there 25, 50, and 100. Okay, I'm going to downgrade it for accuracy, for sure. But this is fun. This is fun shooting right here. If there was, I don't want to say children, but if you had kids out here shooting at this target, they're going to have fun hitting paper for sure.
All right, guys, off camera, I was shooting a couple magazines, and I did have a failure to load. I think it's a magazine issue. The bullets will kind of be sloppily in the magazine sometimes. I'll show you that on camera here in a second, but let's go ahead and run this. Fed just fine. And what we were talking about for that failure to feed is this 10th round can kind of sit funny. It can sit down low in this chamber, or it can pop up kind of high. So depending on where that bullet is placed, I think could be your result in failure to chamber around.
All right, I want to discuss that failure to feed. I really do think that the bullet was tipped in there wrong, because it just came up and bit the slide, came up and it just got crunched in there. Some other things I want to talk about is the firing pin mechanism. Right here we have a Glock. Is that the Glock? Yes. We'll leave the Ely aside for a second. So these 3 right here, we can see how the firing pin, it is detonating them and it's hitting them okay. But let me put this next to an Ely that's been shot out of a rifle. You can see how much stronger the firing pin is hitting the Ely here that's shot out of a rifle over the Glock right here. You can see that it's not a very damaging, or it's not a very big indention of the firing pin. So I really think that people that are complaining about misfires and stuff, I think that it's just the firing pin placement. And that firing pin is not your normal firing pin. Actually, right here, you can see how it's actually like a bar, a stock bar of steel. Just a flat rectangle that comes in here and punches this. And you can clearly see how that makes an indentation that goes pretty far into the center of the rim and pretty far down the rim. To whereas the Glock right here, the firing pin is pretty small. It's doing the job, but it's not having any failures to fire at all. But you can definitely see the difference between a rifle round with a standard or common firing pin over the Glock firing pin here. One other thing that I'm noticing on these shell casings after they've been fired, which is a really good indication of why this isn't shooting as accurately as possible, you'll notice all the powder burn that is coming up deep behind the rim here, or the face, I don't know, the opening of the bullet. You'll see a lot of powder burn right up around in here. That's an indication of a loose chamber. And nowhere in the instructions does this say that this is a match barrel or anything. So seeing all that burn mark around there is an indication that the barrel is not super tight. So the accuracy that it is getting just by these burn marks, it's doing all right. The barrel could be a little bit better. So maybe somewhere down the road, companies will be making aftermarket barrels on these, making them a lot more accurate, which is highly possible. If you just tighten up that chamber a little bit and get them bullets moving out of there at a more consistent speed and a more precision barrel, you can get a lot more accuracy out of these. Chamber.
So off camera real quick, we did have 2 failure to chamber a round, but it's that first round in the magazine that we're having issues with. Everything else seems to be running fine. So let's run some more shots real quick.
It's a pretty fun gun. Full mag, first round, chambered. I mean, we're clobbering a good hole there.
So now we're going to see if we can't reach out to 25 yards. We're going to throw a couple magazines down at 25 yards and just see how the accuracy is at a little bit longer of a distance.
Okay, so this is 25 yards with the Glock 44. As with the 7-yard, everything is running off to the left. And just a side note, there is screws right here for windage and elevation. But at 25 yards, we're running 4 to 7 inches off to the left, a little bit high. I was steadied off of a post, aiming for right here. So we're shooting a little bit high and a little bit off the left, 9-inch group out there. But again, that's 25 yards with a pretty sloppy barrel. All Glocks have sloppy barrels unless you put a precision one in. And that's just for reliability of feeding, which, as you guys may or may not have seen, but occasionally 3 times on the first round out of a full mag, chambering this, we will get a failure to feed. I really do believe that has to do with the way the bullet is sitting inside of the magazine. but 25 yards right here. It's still a fun gun. I definitely wouldn't take it out looking to squirrel hunt, rabbit hunt, or anything like that. Not the best for that, but range gun, it's definitely a fun range gun, practice gun, especially if you have a G19. It's a really great gun and fun gun. Other than the accuracy, it's been a really great gun so far.
All right, guys, one more magazine. We're working on 100 rounds right now. The only problem we've had is 3 failures to chamber a round on that first round in the magazine. Chambered just fine. Back to the rear. All right, guys, that's 100 rounds through the Glock 44. Am I going to give it an A+ for reliability? Probably not. Am I going to give it an A+ for a fun range gun? Absolutely. This is a very fun gun to shoot. Like I said, if you have a Glock 19, you may love a Glock 44. Not necessarily for training, because I personally believe you should train with the pistol you're going to carry. But to have something that has that same feel, and you're shooting 22 long rifle, you're shooting a cheaper ammo, you can get a lot more of it, have a lot more fun for a lot less bang for your buck. So, yeah, man, all in all, I think the Glock 44 is an absolutely cool gun to have. If you do plan on buying one, it'll be a fun range gun for you.
Okay, so like Andy was saying, he wouldn't use this as a practice gun. I'm on the different spectrum of that. I do believe in a cheaper ammo going out and practicing, because if we were to run 100 rounds of 9mm, we'd be looking at $25 today. We've got 500 rounds for $25. So I absolutely believe in practicing with smaller rounds, but at the end of the day, definitely get out your carry gun, go ahead and run 10 or 20 rounds in that, get back into the frame of mind of, oh, this is what this gun is supposed to do. But as far as target acquisition, trigger discipline, safety discipline, everything about that in a 22 is better, and well, I wouldn't say better, but it's definitely cheaper to go out and practice. But always at the end of the day, go back into the frame of mind, get your 9mm out, your 45, remember what you're supposed to be doing, and that's my philosophy on it. I do think that it's a great practice pistol because of the size, because of the sights, because of the feel, trigger, you name it. This is a Glock. Like I said in the beginning, it's straight up a Glock. I think it's a great practice pistol.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Like always, we hope we brought you some sort of information on the Glock 44. Very fun range gun. I do love plinking with 22 ammo, and this is what this is going to be for me. I don't know what it's going to be for you, but if you're looking to get one, I'd give it a thumbs up. I'd say it's not that bad of a gun at all. But like always, guys, leave a comment down below. Hit the like button for us. It definitely helps our channel. Share it with your friends. It would be something nice to do, too. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But until next time, Andy and Randall, we're out of here, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Andy here, G4 Outdoors. If you liked this video, and I know you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button up here. Check out one of these videos right here off to the side. You're gonna have a fun time watching these videos, I promise. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys later.